What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Football Boot Hour. I'm James. You're on the Boot Wizard channel. Our intro is still abrupt, and this is my co-host Andrew from the Lockhart Boot blog, as always. I am anticipating the chat to arrive at any second. Clippy's collection first in the house, and nobody was shocked. Thank you, Clippy, for joining us. Jake, thank you for joining us, becoming a regular as well. Good to see you. Chris's Footy Kicks also in the house after having a terrible time with the heel on the new Tequila V5. I saw his reel. And Chris Wang is also here as well. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. This week, we are, of course, going to talk new releases. We are going to talk what we've been picking up. And we are going to talk mainly the new Morelia UL that has dropped, and also the Tiempo, because it's very funny that these two kind of premium classic options from two brands have both dropped this week, and they do seem to be at polar opposite ends of the spectrum. Now, I realize that the title says like Tiempo versus UL. We all know how that's going to go, so let's not worry about that, and we'll just talk about the boots. Chris Poddle is also in the house. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Justin is here because Justin is not working, so thank you very much, sir. Richard Wyatt as well. Good evening and good morning to both of us. So here we go. Okay, let's begin with Andrew. How you doing, and what have you picked up this week?
I'm a sleepy boy. I picked up the Tiempos because I was trying to help out a friend of a friend. Said friend of friend never got back to me.
That's awesome. Not ideal.
No. I did get the new Preds, and I immediately put them up for sale.
I forgot that you got those.
Yeah. Somebody said that they'll buy them off me, and then nothing. So it's been a good week for that.
Yeah, so you're having a really good week for getting things that you don't need to then move them on, and you're only charging like what you paid for them, and you still actually are sitting on both of the boots.
Yeah, it's awesome, just awesome. These are pretty cool. This design is showing its age a bit, but like it's overly bulky as well. Like I don't like this in particular. This could be thin. Why is it this thick? The heel is a bit too wide. I mean, maybe in a different week, I might turn around and say, I'm keeping these, I'm going to play in these, because they're still really nice. Like, I think the quality overall, like the build quality, is better than like the Mania MIGs that they did.
It does. That's the general solid. What I've been hearing is that it's better than what they did with the Mania MIGs.
Yeah, I literally, like, I was like looking around here and just looking at all the different stitch lines and stuff, and this is really well put together.
Nice.
So, yeah. So props.
It's a beautiful looking boot too.
Oh yeah,
it's very very nice.
Like this is right down my street. I have a buddy who would only wear white Predators for years. If it was a
seems reasonable to me.
In white, he would wear it. So yeah. So
that seems perfectly reasonable to me.
Yeah. Actually, I got him the Absolute Remix for his wedding gift. So
that is a good wedding gift. Yeah, that is a good wedding gift. Chris's Footy Kick says it needs a red tongue. So Chris would have liked a red tongue on that one.
But they did that several years back.
Yeah, I do like it as it is with the white, but there's always a benefit to having a red tongue for sure. Matt has joined us, another one of our members. Quick plug, if you are not a member, you can become a member. Join our members-only live chat after the podcast. Get advanced looks at all of my upcoming videos, as well as many other lovely benefits for members, so do have a look. And Justin does make a good point on those Preds, actually, that the sole plate is a weird fit compared to the split sole that they used to have, which I get that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I totally understand that, but I don't mind. I don't mind this.
Some of them look really weird, like the Mania MIGs. I think did look weird with that sole plate, but I think those ones don't look too bad. Front Post I think as well makes a good point. Thank you, Front Post, for joining us. Much appreciated. It's a great colorway, and about time a new model gets a remake.
Power Swerve.
Please.
Come on.
What?
Every
what
pred has
else could
gotten a
they
remake.
logically do next? It
Every
has to be the
pred
power
with
swerve.
every pred with a tongue has gotten a remake, except for the power swerve.
Like,
What's
who's
going on?
got dirt on Addy that's stopping them from dropping a power
God, I
swerve?
swear to God.
Like,
No, no more pulses. We don't need any more pulses. We have enough of those. And I'm constantly, I don't know what it is. I just seem to be tripping over pulses right now. I found a
oh
pair
yeah,
of the Dragon pulses brand new with an HG sole plate recently. Just wandering around, and they're not going for much. They're like 150, 160 quid. And it's just like, what?
just
Why all this?
falling,
Why are all these pulses just popping up?
falling over pulses,
Uh,
falling over pulses. Oh dear. Oh dear. And front post, yes, I owe you an apology. We just started late. I didn't see your message either, but
yeah.
we were just late. So that was my fault. I was not prepared. So that is though. So
Theme of
we're
this
happy with.
podcast.
Yeah, we're happy with the build quality on those,
Yeah, the build
and
quality is really, really
you
good.
but they're a bit bulky, and you're still not keeping them.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, maybe a different month or something, I go, yeah, I'm just going to keep these.
Yeah,
Probably put a second lace hole up here. God, that'd be a lot to punch through, to be fair.
yeah, that
That
is.
is substantial. But like, even like as thick as this material is, right? Like, you can normally tell when they're having to like force the needle through and stuff, and
Mm,
it's clean. It's
it's
done
clean
very
through.
cleanly. Yeah. It's done really, really well. So,
Nice.
you know,
I think they're another one that like it's just a good show that the as to why all of the like the Preds aren't really selling in this particular. People are there's too many people are kind of
mm-hmm.
over it a little bit.
Yep.
They've got to do something different, and the Power Swerve could indeed be it. It can't sell any worse than a non remake colorway of another Pred they've done before. Like those weren't
Yeah.
exactly flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
But
And then I unboxed these, so I've had these for a few weeks now, and they still haven't been played in. That'll change today.
okay.
Um, today, tomorrow, Monday. So yeah, today, tomorrow, Monday, I'll get these done. Hopefully, I can drop the review on Tuesday because Wednesday something is coming.
Ooh. Oh, things arriving.
You have the no. It's not. It's I have it. It's something you have too.
Oh yeah. Is that
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Wednesday. I got confirmation overnight.
Oh,
Like
I don't.
the launch isn't Wednesday, but what we can do starts Wednesday.
Oh, I have that down for next Monday. Not this Monday, the Monday after. I will have
Oh
to look
yeah.
into that. Because if that's the case, I need to edit faster,
Hmm.
which
Ooh,
is fine.
Addy Power is a great shout.
Yeah, I there's no way they're doing an Addy Power before they do a the other one. I'm so tired.
I heard somebody say they're remaking the Ace 15, which I think I might actually torch the headquarters.
I was literally about to say that. I was like, if they make the Ace 15, you're going to fly to Germany and just burn it all down.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, Jake, it's a thing we can't talk about.
Yeah.
James,
Um,
I'll talk to you about it afterwards.
yeah,
They did the LZ before this power swerve. That's right, and that LZ
that's a
one was
very good
terrible.
point.
That was not a hard one to do wrong, and yet.
Yeah,
And
that's a
no,
very good
Justin, I
point.
know you love them, but I don't care.
Why did Matt get put in timeout, Justin? I kind of want to know. I missed that. But anyway, so those are your two pickups. And there's the
Mm-hmm.
third one, of course, but we'll get to
Yeah,
that in
yeah.
in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to have that today, but the postal service messed it up, so we're not gonna.
Hooray!
We're just gonna use yours. It's a bank holiday this weekend, this week as well, so I won't get it now till Tuesday. So it's gonna be super delayed. Tuesday. So I did not get any boots in this week because, as I just said, the
Shame.
postal service managed to mess it up. But what I
Mm-hmm.
did get in is I got in a jersey.
Yeah, that's
So
gorgeous.
really nice. I managed to get the official Palestine Kelme jersey in.
Oh yeah,
Oddly enough, from a local Palestinian cafe to me, um, which I
it's
did not
amazing.
expect to have to be stocking them, and yet they've got all of them. They're like, yeah, we got home, we got away, because they're sold out in loads of places. They're like,
Hmm.
yeah, we got home, we got away, it's no bother, and they're very affordable as well.
Yeah, like I
So
looked on Kelmy's website, and their website is in English, but the only places they ship to is the Iberian Peninsula and France.
okay, that's okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
If that's what you're doing, but yeah, so that's what that was my pickup for.
Justin was asking how uh, how the Kelme jersey feels, like quality wise.
So it's an interesting one actually. So the quality of the material is fine. Like it's nothing spectacular. It's fine. But what they have is the way that it's built is kind of weird. Like so, it's the way it's stitched around the bottom of the jersey and around the sleeves. It's got this really kind of this really tight fabric strip stitched into
Mm-hmm.
the bottom. So there's
Mm,
no give and stretch around the bottom of the jersey or
mm,
around the sleeve on at a certain point either. It's not a problem. It was just you know when you kind of like go to put something on and you kind of almost like stretch it out with your arms to put it over your head. There's no stretch, but the rest of the jersey is nice. There's a good description for the whole jersey. Actually, there's not a lot of stretch in it,
yeah.
but it's very very nice, and the material is good. It feels like a decent quality
Heck yeah.
football jersey. You know, if you were going to go and spend €80 on the new Man United jersey, you would say that this is like a 60 or €70 quality
Fair
wise
enough.
comparison. You know, so it's
Fair enough.
maybe not quite the same as the Nike Adidas ones, but
Yeah, yeah. But
it's
still,
it's in the ballpark. And for what, like, I only paid €30 for this, so
fantastic.
for €30 it's like a billion
Yeah.
times
Oh yeah.
better than
Oh yeah.
anything else. I don't remember if I showed this off on the pod either, but I got this jersey as well, which I'm also
Oh,
wearing.
nice. It's
So this is
Clapton.
this is my
Yeah.
Clapton Community Football Club.
Uh huh.
This is their limited edition
Hey, Alex.
goalkeeper jersey, like trans support goalkeeper jersey.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I got that,
That's dope.
which
That's dope. I
arrived
love the
recently as
three
well.
arrows for the logo on the other side. Other
Which
side.
oh yeah, so that's
Yeah.
the so it's a brand. The brand that makes them is called Rage. They're an Italian brand,
Makes
and
sense. Good.
not to get too off topic, but they. So the reason I bought it and the reason I even know about the club is because they had a match abandoned a few months ago because the stadium that they were playing at
Mhm.
essentially said that the game had to be stopped before a like potential security risk. But the security risk that they cited was the fact that the Clapton fans had a Palestine flag, and
Oh, stupid.
their opposition had a anti-fascism banner. So this was a women's trophy final match, and
Oh yeah, I
essentially
remember
this,
that. Yeah.
yeah, the stadium said, I think it was Wickham Wanderers Stadium.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look that up, but I think
It's
that's what it
not
is.
It would not surprise me that it's Wickham.
And
The
they
owners
basically
a
said,
bastard.
yeah, they said it was like dangerous, and it was all this kind of stuff. And the game, the clubs, both clubs refused to continue the match. They
Hmm.
basically were like, well, I'm doing really badly tonight. The stadium said the match couldn't continue unless the flag and the banner came down and weren't being used. And the clubs both said no, like this isn't a problem. The fans should continue. So the game was called off. Neither
Hmm.
team faced any sanctions for it in the end from the FA, and rightly so. But
Yeah.
when I kind of read that, I looked up the club. I went and had a look at the club, and they had this limited
Hmm.
edition jersey on sale at the time, which only arrived recently because it was like a pre-order.
Hmm.
And it's fantastic. So there you go.
Hmm.
There was a lot of information all at the
Oh
same
yeah.
time. Anyway, we shall
Uh,
move.
D- Davy, I have a review of the Morelia Proto Japan on my blog, and
There you go.
actually I brought them today. Clapton versus Dulwich Hamlet at Maidstone United's ground. I figured Richard would
Maidstone.
know.
Maidstone. That's the one. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Um, so let's move along to, again, before we get to your last release, we will go to what released this week.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to make sense. And hopefully I'm going to press the right button, which I did.
Hey.
So we have a Puma release.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop. So I think this is called the Recharge
Yeah,
Pack. I think it's really nice, but
it is very
honestly,
nice.
it's got the same problem as all Puma releases right now. It's like, and another one.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So
oh, God. If
it's
they could have
meh
killed
by
off
virtue
like the
of being Puma.
previous, yeah, if they could have killed off the previous month and a half of releases and
Mm-hmm.
then dropped this, it would have been like people would have
Yes,
been like, "Wow."
absolutely. Like, just
Yeah.
drop nothing for 4 to 6 weeks and
Yes.
then drop this. That would be amazing. Like, amazing. I would be all
Yeah.
about that. But
Oh,
yeah.
Jake says he's playing at Maidstone United next month. Oh
Oh
yeah,
god.
Pulisic had a release today. Who cares?
Oh, did he?
I mean, it's just like, yeah, there's a new red Ultra for him. Which, by the way, I felt the Ultra in stores. I don't know why people are raving about it.
I like it.
Do you?
Yeah,
That is a
like the Ultra
that is a
6.
stiff upper.
It's mine not that bad.
For what else is available on the market, that's I don't think it's great.
I
We'll see.
honestly I like it. It's a boot that I like a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I mean,
I didn't.
I'll pick it up once it gets like super cheap, and you
Yeah.
know,
Well, honestly, pick up the 5. It's the same thing.
yeah,
So hold on. I do. I have seen those Pulisic ones as a leak, but I hadn't seen that they actually released today.
yeah,
So
they popped up on
just
a
to
couple
throw another
sites.
one on there.
Yeah, Alex is right. He just doesn't have the marketing pull that Puma thinks he has.
Yeah, he is are they just using him because of the theory that he's American and they've got like maybe there's a big market there?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what's going
exactly
on?
why. That's exactly why.
But I don't really think even within America he has a big enough pull to sell this many signature
Yeah,
colorways.
yeah, no,
Like
I
you might sell one a year,
but
but
several is
he goes through more signature colorways than almost anybody else. Probably more than anybody else, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah. But the other thing is like it's funny. I was talking to Sokito about this when
Mm,
they were over here, and we're noticing how many like starting members of the Japan national team that Puma has, right? And
right.
like good popular players like Ritsudoan and Junya Ito. Yeah, there's the Pulisic one.
Yeah.
And Puma still does not shift units here at all.
Interesting.
So they have popular players. It's not the players, it's Puma.
That's not ideal, Puma.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's the Pulisic one, which I think again is nice. I think it looks nice. I just have a problem with 800 million releases. Like they've
Yeah.
literally dropped in the same week 2 different colorways of the Ultra.
Mm, mm,
Like what
yeah.
and why? So yeah,
Meh.
meh.
Meh at best. Um the do you have a picture of the Trini Rodman?
I do. Hold on a
Okay,
second.
let's do that quick.
Oh no, there she is.
Along with the
So
new Asics.
yeah, so I doubled up.
That's fine. The front post was asking if this is the first time there's been a signature, like a mainline signature. It's not, but I like these. I will say, if they had reversed the colors, I think those would have been mad. I think a lot of guys would have been all over them.
So yeah, like I am. So Trinity Rodman is amazing. I love her.
She's
She's
ridiculous.
fantastic, and she's just so good. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a shame she's been out for as long as she has. And she is a marketable individual, I
She's
think,
very
from like
marketable.
a
Yeah.
women's football point of view. And I 100% agree with you. I think they have messed this up by not reversing the colors. Like,
Yeah.
make the boot pink.
I
Like,
I
just
will say I
go
do
big.
appreciate how they've come around on this stuff. So like the first signature women's boot was a Mia Hamm boot, and it was an
Yeah.
inline boot as well. It was specifically like the Mercurial Mia or something crazy like that. I'm trying to remember what it
Yeah.
was called. But um like they they're really cool, but I don't know. Apparently a lot of players like the collar, a lot of women's players. There is
Yeah.
It's funny because the high ends aren't available here. We just get the mid range here. But there
Okay.
is a J League player, one of the Brazilian forwards, who wears the purple women's boot with the collar, and it's the high end one. I
Yeah.
have no idea where he got it from. So it's
Yeah. So unfortunately, as I have discovered, these
mhm,
those do not fit me. I getting my feet into the women's fit, the Spark
yeah,
Fusion, as their so. I did realize this week, which does make sense, that the women's fit are all going to be called Spark Fusion. So I
okay,
thought that it
cool.
was potentially just that purple one,
Hmm.
but they've also called these Trinity Rodman ones Spark
Spark
Fusion.
Fusion.
So I assume that means that they're all going to be Spark Fusion, which is
I
a good way to
Yeah, yeah.
differentiate. Um,
I really
and
want the laceless ones.
I see. I think you're going to really like them. I think they're going
Yeah,
to fit you really well, and
yeah,
you're going to be
yeah.
all over that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think Trinity Rodman is a great person to use. I think that those boots look really nice. They should have reversed the colors and should have gone
Yeah,
really, really big.
just go mad.
Um, just go all out.
Mhm.
And it is great to just see an actual proper women's signature that is available for people to just go out and buy. Like, you can just
Mhm.
go and get that. The same way you can go and get the Pulisic one, and that's a
Yeah,
win, if you ask me. That is a
agreed.
win.
Agreed.
These are the Mia Hamm ones.
There you go. Yeah,
So
yeah.
the M
Nine.
9,
It would be
yeah,
M9. Yeah.
yeah. There we
So
go.
it's
So the Mia,
99. I think that was released. 99,
yeah,
2000. Because by the next year, there was a women's Mercurial.
there we go. So, but yeah, they're pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. Good.
Okay, yeah, good. I
Yeah,
think good
yeah,
for those. They could have been great had they
yeah,
switched up the colors there. I assume they tried to play it a little safe,
yeah.
with it being a signature and such like. But I think it looks too similar to a lot of other stuff they've done recently,
Yeah.
and they should have gone a lot bigger with what they actually did and really just lean into
Hey,
the
Dr.
Trinity
Stu.
Rodman of it all.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then these
And then
ASICs.
next to it, yeah, we have the
Soccer
A6.
shop
So we
camo
have the
only. It is very
yeah,
close to this.
it's very
Um,
close to that.
I have a feeling that ASIC said, "Sure, we'll do a special makeup for you in SMU, but there's limits." So,
Fair enough.
but
Do you know what I
these
think
boots are
makes all the
superb.
difference on
Hmm.
those on the camo ones? It's the orange tongue.
The orange tongue, yeah, I like the orange stitching as well. It sets it apart.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, the orange tongue makes a huge difference, I think, to that. I
hmm
like the silver. I think I haven't got a good image of it, but the silver down the back looks
hmm
really, really nice.
hmm
And yeah, the orange stitching's a nice touch. I
yeah,
feel like I would want to change the laces,
yeah. The laces should have been orange.
right?
Yeah, I don't
But
know why
with
they
the
did
A6,
silver.
did you get two sets of laces with your
Not with
A6?
these.
Oh,
You get them with the Red X Fly Pro 3.
yeah, that's why I was asking, because
Yeah.
I got two extra. So I have like the two colors from the sole plate on the X Fly Pro 6.
Did you get their grip socks?
I did, yes,
Yeah, okay. So it's
just
more.
because of course I did.
But yeah,
Uh,
these are amazing boots. I've got a review up. Go read the review. I'm selling these as well. So, Soccer Shop Camo does not ship internationally. They refuse.
they refuse,
Yeah,
and I will still be getting a pair. So there you go.
yeah.
Uh, But yeah, so that I think they are. I love them. I love them. It's all up my street, that, but I
The
still think they're good.
XY6, buddy. I'm selling the XY6. These.
Those there.
I prefer the Pro 3, and I need to move stuff on. Like, I really need to move stuff on right now. And yeah.
And I now have two pairs of X-Fly Pro 3 because
Yeah,
Justin just shipped off another pair to me today. So I have Burns boots on the way to me.
Yeah, Front Post, you really need to get over here and let me know. Let me know when you're here. We'll go around.
Yes, Chris, I agree. Those, I'll put the picture back up. But yeah, the laces in the front do look a different color to the laces in the boot on the back.
The background.
The one in
So
the back
maybe
looks
they
like it's
do
got
have
white.
two?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Either way, they should have been orange.
It wouldn't surprise me, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so do we have? There we go. And this, I think, is the last one before we get to what we've got. So we've got a Brazil and a Maximus. Kind of a back
Change
to
the heel on the Maximus.
Yeah, so I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't really pay much attention to that conversation. So, is this back to an old heel, or is this just a complete new change?
Heel.
It's
just
different.
Heel. It's the heel they had on the Veloce.
Right.
Yeah. So
because the heel that they were using was essentially crap.
Yeah. Proper boots. Tried very hard to break in the other Maximus, and just it wasn't working.
No luck.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So yeah, we have. You know what? If you're going to get me to wear a black boot, it would probably be a Diodora Brazil. Because that
the Roy King
that black. And it's just I just have good memories. It's such a good looking.
Did the Neville brothers wear Diodora at some point as well?
They did, yeah. They went from Pony to Diodora, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because they were in some of those ads you used to see in like Shoot.
Yes,
remember like
exactly.
the action figure ads?
Yes,
it was like had them as action figures and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think these are nice. I think they're a cool kind of throwback. I think Diodora's problem is that they're not actually making boots that are good enough. It's not that they don't look good. It's that the boots themselves actually aren't good enough to compete. For example, Proper Boots getting the Maximus and really wanting to make them work and just not being able to. I think they need to do more to just improve what they've got. They just need to improve shape, materials.
I forgot to bring them in here, but the Lanzera Professionale, they just showed up they're not selling much and stuff like that, and it's expensive boot, but they basically showed up and stole Diodora's lunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've done everything Diodora's done for years, but the fit is better, the quality is higher. It's just, it's wild.
Yeah. Lanzera have basically just pantsed Diodora and run off. Oh dear. Okay. Now, is there anything interesting in the chat? I haven't looked for a second. Do we need to cover anything, or should we jump into the ULs?
Let's jump into it.
Let's jump into it. Okay, let's go live and go. Okay. Yeah. So I put them next to each other for obvious reasons.
The UL is gorgeous.
Isn't it just? That heel is interesting though. Like the design.
I'm not sure of the heel. They should have brought it I'm a little weirded out because they've gone from the two kind of like divots in the back. Like these.
Like the little wings.
Like the proto, like this. The wings to one, which is a bit of a weird choice. And it's low. It's always been low in the ultralight, but I think they should have made the changes, just made it a little bit taller. I think I know why they didn't. They wanted to really differentiate from the regular Morelia 2, but still, So these release next Friday here, and the Morelia ultralight in a size 9 US is 15 grams lighter than a Morelia 2.
Okay, so the actual weight difference is essentially minimal.
It's 190 grams versus 205.
Okay, so it's the kind of weight difference. Whereas if I was reviewing them, I'd be like, "This makes no difference whatsoever. You're
Yeah,
not going
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
notice."
But the thing is, like, the upper is 100% kangaroo leather. The regular Morelia, they've got the barefoot leather around on the sides of the ankle, whereas this is completely kangaroo leather.
Okay, so this is kangaroo leather, like heel to toe, the whole works.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah. So
the
it's go ahead.
kind of the run bird on there looks like, I don't know. It looks like it stands off the boot quite a lot.
Yeah, that's more of a look. So obviously that's not leather, but I think that's just the way they've got it
Just
designed.
the
It's very
yeah.
3D. And
Okay,
I think that's like kind of a visual effect they went after.
fair enough. But I must say that even in the pictures, the leather looks unbelievable. It looks
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
And I suppose, like, so you're buying this over the regular Morelia, other than the fact that obviously it looks amazing,
Hmm.
is there really a benefit to doing so?
No, one of the reasons they brought it back is because that UL sold well for years. So the UL used to be an inline boot,
Mm,
i.e., you'd have your Morelia 2, and then you'd have your Morelia Ultralight. So
yeah,
you could
so you
get
could just
either
pick
or,
between the
just
two.
whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And um, a lot of people got the L's, myself included. So, like, my first ever pair of Mizuno boots was a pair of the Neo Grotto Wave 2, and then I wore those a bit and I really liked them, but they're too small. But then I got the Morelia Ultralight and it was just like unbelievable. So I bought those in 2008. When I moved here in 2017, I still had them.
Okay.
They were they were starting to die at that point finally. And I didn't wear them consistently after all those years, but like for a good 2 years that's all I wore.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They were very, very, very good.
I do want to give a shout out because this is a hell of a pull to Richard Wyatt here.
Oh
That
yeah,
Morelia UL heel giving big DS Lite X Fly 2 vibes from 2014, 2015.
he's right. He's right.
He is right. I am going to pull an image of that and I'm going to throw it up on the screen in a minute. I'm going to so you know that it's an old one when I have to go to like Soccer Cleats 101 to find
Mm-hmm.
the review to
Oh
be
yeah,
able to pull that up.
love Brian. Good,
Yeah.
good guy. Good guy. He's still doing write ups for soccer.com.
Oh, is he? That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good
But
to hear.
yeah, he's not really doing Soccer Cleats 101. Hold on.
Which is a shame. It is a shame. Like you understand why, but it's a shame that it's not really there anymore. Um, hold on, here we go. Do do do. So there you go.
Oh, the Adipure 4 heel is a good shout as well.
I'm not pulling all of them.
James, get to work.
Yeah, get to work, boy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There we
But
go.
you can even see in the picture the XFly 2 heel is thicker.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
this was an amazing boot.
I never tried this. I
So
don't.
good.
I hadn't tried. I don't think I tried an Asics boot on literally until I jumped into the XFly 5, the XFly
Hmm.
5 SE, or LE, I always switch around
Yeah,
as,
yeah.
last year. I think that was the first one I tried. And then
Hmm.
obviously I did the XFly Pro 2 LE as well. So my experience with Asics is nothing but fantastic. I have worn nothing but unbelievable boots
To be
from them.
fair, the XFly series has been solid the whole way through.
Okay, now it's looping. God damn it. Okay, so I've caused chaos. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone
Oh,
wrong.
oh, oh, oh,
It's gone.
oh.
There we
Hey.
go.
So compare that to this, which
Yeah,
I
so here
got
we go.
these
So
in
this is kind of the point of what we wanted to talk about, which is obviously
another
the
piece
UL,
of paper
what the
in here.
differences are, if you should buy those or the regular Morelia, and then the Tiempo, which drops at the same time, has this premium packaging, and presentation, the made in Montebelluna labeling, and yeah, well, so Andrew has them in hand, and I will be honest, from me seeing them like this, the difference between what I can see there and even the first colorway they did, that burgundy, those seem very shiny and very plasticky in comparison.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is very like. Don't get me wrong. This material's not bad in terms of like softness,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels so cheap. It feels incredibly cheap. Like this sole plate. Do you remember like how man, when Under Armour was coming through, they were to test their sole plates. They were 3D printing them, which was a huge
Mm-hmm.
deal at the time. This is
Yeah,
2009. This sole plate, because it's so plain, it just looks like it was 3D printed
it does have
poorly
that kind of like
and
3D
slapped on.
printed vibe to it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a shame because there's really cool details like the established 1984 here. Inside here, like on one side it says Legend 10, on the other side it's got 84, 94, 2005, 2025. Like some really really cool details. Like I don't even mind like the silver logo looks pretty cool. I really love their current logoing they're using for the heel and everything.
Yeah, it's very nice.
But this boot is just so cheap. Like this is more expensive than the Morelia UL will be. And like there's not like how I don't know how you can tell this was made in Italy. I don't know what
Yeah,
they've done to say like this is a made in Italy boot.
I see. I think that's the problem with it. Is like I don't actually have a problem with the boot, and from my experience with the previous generation, um, it's a better version of the Legend 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a
This
good thing.
I would argue this is still better than the Legend 10,
Yeah, which is wild.
the regular
Um,
Legend 10, which is damning. But like
um,
this, what's going
yeah.
on here, Nike? You
What was the other boot we
continue.
had on that we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago with a different boot? Was it the Hypervenom?
It was the Hypervenom,
Is the
and then
Hypervenom? Yeah.
the Phantom has that issue as well. And like this is a problem that stretches back years. Like why is it so difficult for y'all? Look at that. That's how you do it properly. And then you've got this big bump there. Why do you guys have such a problem with such a simple thing? I don't get it. And you even here, like there's now this like you can feel the gap
Yeah.
where it'll be. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, see, I was kind of getting to this thing about like the made in Montebelluna and
Mm-hmm.
the made in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, like what is the element of
Oh, it does
this?
have a little flag.
It does have the flag, yeah, that screams made in Italy, that says this is more premium, that this is higher quality. What about that boot justifies it being made in Montebelluna? And I kind of don't think there's anything. I think you're perfectly fine to release a Tiempo Luxe.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that
yeah.
makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't have to be a made in Montebelluna. And all you're doing, in my view, is you're diluting what made in
Yeah.
Montebelluna means. And I
Mm-hmm.
personally don't think made in Montebelluna needs to mean leather, but it
No,
needs
it
to
doesn't
mean
have to
more
be.
than a different, like it needs to mean more than just like nothing. Because it
Yeah,
doesn't really
yeah.
seem to mean anything on these boots other than an
No.
Italian flag and some details.
What about this is Italian craftsmanship?
Yes, there you go. That's the correct question.
I mean, even looking at those Diodors, those are both made in Italy. You can at least tell, like, just functionally looking at them, you're like, okay, that those are made in Italy.
Mm.
Whereas this, it's just like, it's a shame too, because like again, this upper isn't terrible. Like, it'll probably break in really nicely, but like, it just feels so cheap. Like, I understand, like, kind of the look they went with like the snake scales,
Hmm.
but it just makes it so cheap. Why would you not just give this a leather grain finish?
Yeah, it's the honestly, it's how shiny it is that's throwing me off. The
Yeah.
the amount of sheen that's catching off your light there is really throwing me off. I'm so looking forward to mine arriving now. Um,
Well, Justin was saying compared to the current Tiempo 10, you can definitely see the craftsmanship. But that's the thing. Is that craftsmanship that obvious versus like another made in Italy boot? Grab another made in Italy boot, look at it very closely, look at how things are done. Like, okay, like this seems more padded than the regular Tiempo 10s, right? And it's double stitched. Cool. I mean, lots of brands do double stitching on their like. This is not made in Japan. It's double stitched.
yeah,
This is made in Vietnam, which, by the way, the factories there are amazing. But like, yeah, this is like nothing about this says premium, made in Italy. High quality. I mean, to be fair, the knit's high quality, but Nike's knit has always been pretty high quality. So
I think the knit is very similar to what you're getting on the regular 10
standard.
anyway.
Yeah, just I don't know. I don't know.
But
I
I,
just
I
think this is super cheap.
I feel like what it should be, and I kind of said this when I reviewed the original one, was that realistically that should just be what the Legend 10 is.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
Legend
yeah,
10
yeah.
should be that boot,
Mm-hmm.
because it is better than the regular Legend 10. The stitching makes a difference. That kind of, I don't actually think the material is different, but the way the
Mm-hmm.
stitching works and that kind of pillowing it gives it does give it a little bit more padding and such like. So for me, that looks is just what the Legend 10 should have been. It didn't
Yeah,
have to be made in Italy, etc. And then you could have
yeah,
added a made in Italy element
yeah, 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 yeah.
to it. Um, what? Yeah, I think it looks nice. I don't like that it's so shiny. um, that's definitely putting me off.
Yeah.
But you know,
UGG plug. Yes, I am Lockhart boot plug. But like, okay, look at this synthetic, right? It's not bad in terms of plushness. It gets worse once you get up here.
hmm
It's very, very cheap. Okay, this is a synthetic leather. This is why I brought these along. Look
yeah,
at that. That's a synthetic leather. It is night and day. I mean, these are like 60 euros cheaper here versus these. It's a no brainer. I mean, these still sold out, and I think a lot of it is because the pull of the swoosh. But like, yeah, I don't know. There's nothing about this that screams high quality or anything like that.
yeah. I don't know if it's numbers or demand or anything like that, or maybe just people being more aware that it is definitely not a leather boot this time round. But
Mm-hmm,
they sat for way longer here than
mm-hmm,
the original ones did. So the burgundy ones sold out within, say, an hour or so, I couldn't get them anymore.
mm-hmm,
Whereas those ones, I forgot they were dropping. They dropped. I picked up a pair in the afternoon, and then I think a day and a half, maybe 2 days later, I was talking to Justin about them, and I could still buy a pair direct from Nike. Like Pro Direct was
yeah.
sold out, Unisport was sold out, but Nike
Thanks,
Direct
Jake.
had stock.
Yeah,
They're sold out now, but
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
something that you didn't have to rush to get.
No,
And
they sold out now here, but like again, these were supposed to be for a friend of a friend, and then they just ghosted. So that's cool. I'm gonna put these up in a little bit, and just try and get my money back. It's really stupid.
But if they've if they've sold out, there'll be demand, especially at kind of retail price. So that won't be.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, we hope
I would have thought for these, and they're still sitting here. So
there's. But it's a similar situation with both boots, I suppose. Like neither one having particularly as much demand as maybe the brands would have hoped.
yeah, they still sold out. But like, how many went to people who are just trying to resell them?
So here's an interesting take from Justin here. He says, I don't think they're like a godsend, but if we compare the quality of the Legend 9 MI, like so made Montebelluna, to the regular 9, he thinks that the jump between the regular 10 and the Luxe is the same level of jump as we had between the Legend 9 and the Legend 9 Montebelluna.
Okay, here's my thing though. is that because these are that much better, or is it because the regular Tiempo 10 is that bad?
You read my mind. So I like there is very like he Justin I think is right. I think the jump
Yeah,
is
yeah. I don't think he's wrong. There is a
probably the
massive
same.
jump between these and the regular ones. Like, okay, if
Yeah.
you want a Tiempo 10, absolutely get these.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, do I recommend it over the regular Tiempo 10? Yes,
Mm.
absolutely. But do
But
I
I think that
recommend it over other boots? No, not necessarily. If you're
I think
stuck in Nike, you have to wear Nike for your team or something. Like, yeah.
I think the difference is like so say the 9 was here and the
Mm-hmm.
jump to the 9 Montebelluna was here,
Mm-hmm.
like the 10 is here and the jump to the 10 Lux is here. So
Yeah.
neither boot reaches just the base standard of the 9.
No, it doesn't.
So that's where the problem lies.
Those statements can be true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Ugg plug, get the boots that fit your feet and are comfortable. There you
yeah,
go.
I literally put up a short on both my Instagram and on my TikTok before we came on air, probably an hour ago or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
of with exactly that question.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly the question of people asking what boots should I buy for what position,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a, a description and an answer for you just there. So, yeah,
Uh,
Patio Duck says the Legend 10's a solid boot, doesn't live up to its Kayla the Brothers, but it's all right if you get them on sale. You see, again, I think you're right.
yeah,
I
a
just, but
hundred, yeah, $100. Sure.
yeah, I think I think everybody's right with the idea that yeah, it's solid. Yeah, it's not as good as the previous generation, but yeah, absolutely get them on sale. I think all of these statements are absolutely true, but I
Mm-hmm.
think with that we have to not accept that the standard is now lower. We
Yeah,
can't,
they have purposely lowered the standard, and I think like conspiracy hat or putting my tinfoil hat on.
you
I think
know,
the Legend of Legend will be much better.
yeah,
And then people say, "Oh, okay, they had a few bumps, but they figured it out." But I think they're just wanting to make it look better in relative to this, and not
mm,
relative to the 9,
yeah.
because they're always trying to innovate, right? So they don't
So,
want you to think about the 9 when they put out the 11. They want you to think about the 10 and how much better the 11 will be.
which could be an interesting reason as to why. So the Bootcast podcast lads were talking about this this week on the podcast. The idea that the 10 has kind of gone long, like we're over 2 years
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
with the 10 now, which I'm absolutely not against. Like by all
Mm-hmm.
means, take your time, brands, in changing over your silos, etc. But that could
Mm-hmm.
be another reason is really to distance it from the 9. Like we are 2+ years away
Mm-hmm.
from the 9, and the only thing you're going to compare this 11 to is the
It's the
10. It's
10.
about the 10 is just this big transitional boot, and they're like, okay, it's not working, like it's not
Mm-hmm.
really selling. I think we all know that. So we're just going to have this huge kind of time period with it, and then we'll go
Mm-hmm.
into the 11, which should be, and I'm actually expecting it to be, a big jump,
Mm-hmm.
but a jump, like you say, in comparison to the 10 without
I
thinking about the
really feel
9.
like that's what they're setting up for at this point.
I
I
think
also
that's
think
a.
the fact we've gotten 2 MII boots,
Hmm,
Montebelluna boots, and not 1 means that going forward, Nike will probably pull this card out again.
absolutely. I'm expecting
Yeah.
this done more regularly.
The Tiempo 9
Um,
was just a test to see how it was received. And then now, like, I would not be surprised if we see maybe 4 colorways a year that are Montebelluna made.
which would be depressing. There
Uh,
should be 4 colorways total. Never mind 4 colorways
yeah, seriously.
of made in Bonson Balloon.
Well, let's be honest. For this boot, there should be taking it around the back and putting 2 in the back of its head as a mercy killing.
Oh dear.
Um,
Okay.
Chris, funny you say Adidas Japan doing stuff. They designed the icon too. Like, I think like 90% of the boot's design was done by the team in Japan, if not more. So
Yeah, Chris says we need a Nike Japan team to do stuff. Like,
yeah, well, they did, and then Nike forced them to stop. So the Super League era came through their Japan team, partly,
oh,
but it also came from them just literally talking to Japanese players. There's a story somewhere, and they're like, "We thought that Japanese players would want something substantial, blah blah blah. We were very surprised to learn that they wanted a thin, lightweight leather boot." And it's like, how are you surprised by this?
have you
It's like
ever been to
90%
Japan?
of market here.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I
Why
don't,
did that shock you?
but like, I don't have the UL yet, obviously. But like,
Mm,
this is just an MIJ boot just blows everything out of the water. And like, I don't want like Mizuno's starting to have some problems. I think for me personally, they're like the AG sole plate is fine on this, but like on the
the
new
new one.
Morelia AG, it's terrible. Um, and which I don't know why like this is more solid than the new AG. I don't know. Anyways, um, but like I'll have the UL whenever it comes out, and it's just like, there's almost it's a complete juxtaposition of what people really want from like a handmade boot and what they're getting
Yeah,
from Nike.
yeah, and a
So,
lack of I don't know care, I suppose. Justin
mhm.
has a question: was the Hypervenom 3GX the first MI boot from Nike with official launch? I don't know.
No, no. The what you call it? The first Mercurial was made in Italy. Made in Italy was a thing for Mercurials for years,
Oh, don't.
until man, which was it? It was the 3 is when they started having some made in Bosnia, and then the 4 is when it really started changing.
I did have someone today, and like I don't like. I think they were a young enough individual, so like I don't want to. I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
mean to them or anything. I was very like nice in my response, but basically they'd ended up buying like some replica boots, some fakes,
Hmm.
as seems to be a much bigger market than even I
Oh
realized.
yeah, yeah.
And they were basically, pleased with their purchase. And again, I didn't want to
Yeah.
kind of shoot them down. I was like, just trying to be nice, like, hey, look.
Hmm.
And they were like, oh, yeah, but they're made in Bosnia. And I'm like,
Hmm.
but they're not, though. Like, that might be what your box and your label says, but your
But they're
fakes are
absolutely not.
not made in Bosnia. And
No.
like I say, I don't want to. I didn't want to be mean to this individual. I was very
Hmm.
much just trying to be like, hey, here's a bit of information kind of thing. But yeah, it's something I've seen a couple of times recently where people have been like, oh no, my fakes are made in Bosnia. I'm like, but
No,
they're not
no,
though.
no, they're not.
Like
Um,
they are lying to you.
Billy, the UL will be a limited edition, but um, I wish they'd bring it back in line because it was very very popular back in the day. Um, Man, I just had my train of thought just stopped at the station. Oh yeah, the original R9. So there was a commercial where like Del Piero. No, it wasn't Del Piero. Who was it at the time? Christian Vieri, I think. And you know, Brazilian Ronaldo are sitting there, and Brazilian Ronaldo showing him the new boots, and like, hey, this is made for Brazilians. And then like Vieri's looking at it, and then he points to the inside where it says "Made in Italy."
Jake. So Jake says, "What's the stiffness in the AG version of the Alpha 2 like compared to the Proto?" So this is where, like, so ASICS, Mizuno have changed their AG plate.
Hmm.
So, and they're using the same plate across everything. So
Yeah.
essentially, if you're getting the AG plate that's got the external heel counter, it's what Andrew has essentially spoken about recently, which is super flexible and a bit shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the older AG plate, which is the one that doesn't have the external heel counter, which is the one that's on the Proto, is
Hmm.
actually fine because
I
it's
think
just
it's I think it's also down to the midsole they're using
yeah.
because
Oh yeah, no,
the
I'm
plate.
just different. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
differentiating by
yeah,
like
yeah,
visually, so people know which one's which.
yeah, yeah,
But I would say you're correct. I would say the midsole
yeah.
is probably a big a big part of that.
Which, by the way, I think I'm gonna get a sole plate swap done on these.
Where are you
I
going? Or
was
are you going to
talking.
put an FG on it?
I'm going to put the Wave Cup sole plate on it.
Of course.
I've got
Of
an old pair
course.
of wave cups sitting around. So
As you do.
as you do, and then yeah, I'm going to yeah, do that. They had the wave cup in line for a while, but those wave cups were all made in China. They didn't have a made in Japan one for years,
Okay.
and apparently it sold really well in the Chinese market. If I remember correctly, I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. But yeah, then in 2012 they did the Wave Cup Samurai Soul, and then in 2018 we got the Legend, so the Wave Cup Legend. So
I'm just going to grab something really quick because I want to tell you about this before you get yours. So 1 second.
okay, yeah,
I didn't have to go far.
uh, the
I just had to
Rebula
reach.
3 would be a good soul plate for these two, but I think that Rebula 3 soul plate is pretty hard to get off. I don't
So
like the Neo soul plate.
So just because we were talking about flexible sole plates and such like,
Hmm.
and I thought this would be interesting for you when you get yours in hand.
Hmm.
But the Skechers, right? So the
Hmm.
Razor, not the Razor, sorry, the SKX2. It's the same outsole as the previous generation, but I didn't wear the
Yeah,
previous generation very much,
yeah.
so I've not really realized this. But when you first get them out of the box, they are very, very like stiff and stable through
Hmm.
that midfoot. They've got a super responsive outsole, forefoot. Now, this
Yeah.
hasn't got to a point where it's bad at all. However, if you take them out, kind of like give them 3 sessions or something like this,
Hmm.
and particularly if it's warm, you can start to literally
Warp it.
warp and bend the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like
that's because.
it's not a disaster, but I know, and like mine have kind of like reset themselves because it's cold right now in here. But
Hmm.
I came off my second session, which is what is going to be in my review. So the review that's going up is a full playtest review.
Hmm.
And I took the boots off to kind of like just do some little on camera things. And I was like, oh shit, like I can like
Yeah.
properly like rotate this. So I was on AG and it was a warm day. So once
Hmm.
you've worn them a few times, particularly if you wear them in like hot conditions, it does start to really like affect how much
Mm.
stability is through the midfoot. I don't think it's an issue. Like I don't think it's something that anybody needs to be worried about or anything like that. And
Hmm.
I'm literally telling you this because I think it'd be fun for you to kind of like see or like look out for. This is
Yeah.
a conversation we didn't need to have on the podcast, but I was like, oh,
Oh
sole
well.
plates,
Might as
flexible.
well.
So yeah, it was. So it's still, like I say, right now it's fine. But if you get it warm and used after a few sessions, it will start to like you can
Hmm.
properly twist it. But by the same token, look how soft that upper is now.
Upper looks really soft.
Holy balls!
Yeah.
It's just got ridiculous, and it hasn't lost any of its kind of stickiness or anything like that. It's
Nice.
really really
Okay.
nice, and the heel
When
is
they eventually
fantastic.
show up, I'll be sure to give it a
Well,
good run through.
well, they're coming to me to send to you, and I don't have them yet, so
Yeah.
that's not a good sign.
It has been like 3, 4 weeks now.
I think at least I think next
I
week will
think
be
it's
four
been a
weeks.
month since we were told.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Um, the Honda Soul Plate, the KH, the Keisuke Honda Soul Plate from the Ignitus, would be a good shout. But the problem I have with that is they are starting to get brittle because of their age.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Wave Cup Soul Plate, I have never seen, and I could be wrong, but I've never seen a Wave Cup Soul Plate come apart like ever. So that's why I
solid
figured,
design.
yeah, yeah.
So front post says a minor negative on what looks a boot of the year contender. Either you're going to try it with the AG plate. So yeah, like I don't even honestly, I do mention it in my review
Mm-hmm.
because at the time I made the review, it was literally in my hand bending. So it's not. But I still don't. I still said I don't think it's a big deal, and I still don't. And I definitely do think it is a top 5 boot of the year contender. Um, it's not going to be boot of the year for me. It's
That's a,
definitely
that's
in the
a that's
conversation.
a that's a bold claim considering what's out.
Yeah, but top 5 is kind of where I'm putting with it, and it
Nice.
probably would be higher than where it's going to end up, I don't know where it's going to end up, but like
Hmm.
where it's going to end up, apart from like this is definitely a personal thing. Hold on, let me just pick them up again. So the length on these is fantastic, and
Hmm.
it's not a particularly like it doesn't have a lot of volume in the boot, which is again
Hmm.
good for fit. But I have obviously that wider foot, especially in the forefoot. So what I do is I end up pushing this soft material out. Like it
Hmm.
really kind of pushes out, which then reduces the volume further, of course, because you're
Hmm.
stretching the whole thing out, which means that then you apply pressure here and you apply
So your
pressure at
toes and the
these
side
two
of your
points
feet.
just here. So
Yeah.
what I'm doing is I'm applying pressure to myself here, and I'm getting stud pressure underneath because I'm kind of putting so much pressure down on my foot. And
Hmm.
then at the end of the toe here, I'm almost like my toes aren't being crushed, but they're being compressed.
Hmm.
So like as it's fine now, but the first kind of session, 2 sessions, I did have to spend more time. And breaking them in is the wrong word because it's so soft straight away. But I had to spend time kind of in them and out of them
Hmm.
because they'd almost start to give me like almost like a dead toe feeling because it's just like the whole thing's kind of compressing down. I don't mention that in the review because that's such a specific thing to me.
Thing for yourself.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but I do mention that essentially I push the whole boot out
Hmm.
and cause the lower volume and cause stud pressure here and here as a result, because I think that's something that people with wide feet will experience. But the length is so unbelievably perfect, and I wouldn't want to change the length. But for a lot of people, again, particularly with wide feet, I don't think half up's going to be a problem for anybody. I think you go half up
Okay.
in this and be very
Nice.
comfortable. Um,
Nice.
you definitely shouldn't go half up. You'd hate it. But
No. No. Never go half up
uh,
in anything.
yeah,
I
but
like
honestly, great.
the Furon V8. I could almost get away with a half down
Furon V8, I couldn't
for
because of the
New Balance
width.
boots. Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
for New Balance boot, like almost everybody's always saying go half up, and it's like
Mm.
the size I got fits me perfect, but I could have forced myself into the half down.
So you went like true to size and you
I went
could have
true to
forced
size.
half down. Okay. So I went true to size, which for me was forcing myself into the boots. Oh dear.
Yeah,
Um,
Richard's right. The longevity wise, the Wave Cup sole plate is up there with the Nike's Interact plate. Yeah.
oh, that interact plate. Oh, please.
There was a
Yes.
player here using them until he retired in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Every new Tiempo model had the old Interact plate slapped on it for him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. I want something with an interact plate. Um, okay, I think we will, unless we have anything more to say,
No,
we will
I think
call
that's
that
it.
there. We will switch to quick members only chat.
Mm-hmm.
I usually always say quick and then it goes on forever, but I will make sure
Yeah.
it's quick this week. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and Paul Gomez, before we go, you can have the final reply. Yes, the insole is fantastic. It is so good,
Heck yeah.
so good. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Please go and check out Andrew's blog at lockhartbootblog.com and at lockhartbootblog across all of the socials. And of course, you are here on the Boot Wizard channel. So remember to like the video, get subscribed, and you can find me at Boot Wizard Boot Reviews on Instagram, at Boot Wizard on TikTok. And aside from that, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you all next week, unless something happens.
Yeah.